I have a couple of this and one of this, and they're not mine. They're from my clients. Very weird how YouTube made small YouTube plaques, by the way. These are the YouTube plaques that I've made from my clients for the last 4 years, where I have been working with other creators from all over the world with different languages and different niches. And now I'm starting my own brand, which is obviously talking about how to grow on YouTube. That's why I believe myself capable to show you at least how I help these clients grow their brands. So in this video, that's exactly what I'm gonna be covering. The exact step-by-step that I followed to grow any type of YouTube channel for my clients, whether they're small, big, from one language, another, in weird niches or very common niches. This method works for every type of channel. Definitely yours is not gonna be different. You have to at least try it. It's worth a shot. And for that, I'm gonna use my iPad right here to teach you from the board. Now, this method that I wanna show you, it goes step by step. And it's called the FX method. And it goes by 5 simple steps. 1, ideas. 2, scripting. 3, recording. 4, editing. And then 5, posting. Obviously, these are the steps that you will have to do in order to post any YouTube video. Now, we're gonna go with an example of an idea to explain it. Now, imagine all this list is 100%, okay? So, we have an idea, and this idea is 80% good, okay? Whenever you start doing the script, you think that you can improve this idea to, let's say, 90 if you do a great script. And then when you do a great recording, you can improve your idea to 120%. But this is just not true. What actually happens in YouTube is very interesting. Whenever you have an idea, and let's say that idea is an 8 out of 10, 80%, when you do the scripting, all you can do is keep that 80% or go lower. Why? Because the 80% is the max that an idea can give you. If you have a terrible idea from the beginning, it doesn't matter the editing that you do it, this is always going to be a 10% idea. If I upload a video called Summer with My Grandma, the idea is not appealing enough. It doesn't matter the effects that I do in editing, if I put cars exploding, if I build like a crazy story. The idea is just not enough and it's not gonna cut it. Whenever we get to recording, this idea is probably gonna be to 75% because we're never gonna be able to record everything that we scripted. Or how is it in our heads? Now, if we go with editing, let's say our editing, it's very, very good. Still, it's not going to be 75%. The most is going to be 70. Let's say we are very bad at posting it. So that idea will go to 50%. As you can see, an idea that started with 80, now it's worth 50%. And this is the probability of you succeeding with the YouTube algorithm. So getting back to the ideas, the first thing that you gotta do is focus on the idea. As Mr. B says, the idea is the most important thing in the video.
You realize that like the idea is so freaking important. Like you could, theoretically, most YouTubers watching this, you could pull triple the views with half the work if you just had better ideas.
I'd rather put 10 times more effort on an idea than I put on scripting, recording, or even editing. Okay, fine, I get it, Benji, but how do I get better ideas? Well, very simple and very easy. The best way for me to have good ideas is not to have actual good ideas. It's quite the opposite, to not have bad ideas. So instead of looking for good ideas to have, just write down 10 ideas that you have that you want to record and be truly honest with you which ones are bad and just start removing them. So for example, let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then all these ideas, what I'm gonna do is use the rule of the numbers. I'm going to note every of these single ideas. So for example, let's say this idea is a 6 out of 10. The second idea is 3 because it's not really good, it's not really appealing. Then the third one is a 1. Then the fourth one is a 9 because it's very good. And then the fifth one is a 7. So obviously I know that the 1, the 6, and the 3 have to go, and I'm gonna keep the last 2 ideas, which are a 9 and a 7. Now, how can I judge if an idea is good or not? Well, for this, we're gonna use 2 main rules. Number 1, have somebody done that idea before you? If yes, well, did they succeed on it? So what I'm trying to say here is just seek for data. If you have an idea yourself and you see that in all the channels that idea has worked before, it has worked really, really well because it has a lot of views, and a lot of likes, and a lot of comments, well, clearly that idea is a good idea. Now, the thing doesn't end there. You have 2 main rules to match. Once you've seen that that idea has been done and has been succeeding in YouTube, you have to double check that idea. Because if Mr. Beast has an idea, that doesn't mean that you can do it as well, because he has just built a larger audience. So in this case, he plays with advantage. What you're gonna do is, instead of going for the big channels, you're gonna go for the smaller channels. So you're gonna investigate and make a list of every single channel that has small subscribers. Okay, that's tough, Benji. I have to go channel by channel checking the subscribers? Absolutely not. All you have to do is just install vidIQ and then go on your YouTube bar and search whatever your video idea is. For example, let's say I'm trying to search top 5 more fastest dinosaurs. Then when you see in the list, you will start seeing that channels will pop with the subscribers. And just like that, you will be able to see if smaller channels have videos with higher views, which means with higher audience and reach. If the videos are getting way less views than the subscribers, then that means that your idea is probably not that good. Obviously, you can't see just one video and then marry it. You will have to iterate with other videos. You at least need 5 to 10 videos to double check if that idea actually works. If you find 4 videos that proves you that that idea is successful, you can go ahead and do it. Now, if you don't, I would advise you to ditch that idea and move on with the next one. Now, the last secret that I'm gonna give you to compare YouTube channels is, once you found those channels that these ideas have worked for them before, all you will have to do is just go into the channel and check for what in YouTube we call outliers. Outliers are the videos that outstands all the videos. That means that if in a channel we see an average of views and then we discover that some videos have way more views than the average, then that means that those videos are outliers. If the video idea that you're checking is also an outlier in that channel, that means that you have triple checked that idea actually works. It has been done before and has been successful. It has been done on smaller channels, so you can actually copy it. And I'm gonna get that in a second. And third, and most importantly, in those specific channels that you went, that idea has more views than average. If your idea checks all those boxes, that means that you have a winning idea. Now, here's the thing. You're probably gonna be happy going on with your idea straight to scripted and record it. But before that, you gotta do something, which is give it a little twist. The best way to start scripting a video is not copying an idea word by word. It's actually getting that idea and giving it your little twist. In Hollywood, they say, give me the same, but different. Okay, what does that mean, Benji? Well, if we see, for example, every Spider-Man movie, you will see that the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, Andrew, and Spider-Man have a lot in common, just with a little twist. With Tobey Maguire, we have different enemies. Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, I believe it's Sandman, and then Venom. Meanwhile, our friends here, Andrew and Tom, have different enemies. Andrew has the Lizard and Electro, and Tom has the Birdman, which I don't remember the name, and Mysterio. As you can see, Spider-Man is the same. It has the same suit, same powers, and it's still Peter Parker, just with a different actor. Now, the villains are the different ones. They are different villains with different powers. The same thing goes with the girl. The girl just basically changed hair color from red to yellow to finally brown. So as you can see, we love to see the same stuff again and again and again. Just add in a little twist to it. And that way you will be able to break down the formula of making endless content. This is how great productions are done in Hollywood. So why wouldn't we do any different? Now, my key point here is not just the idea, it's how you're gonna make that idea unique. What different are you gonna say? Are you gonna twist it? For example, instead of doing a normal skate video, showing a trick or something like that, you will do the exact same trick, just with sandals and not shoes. Or for example, backwards. Or maybe even with a skate that only has 2 wheels or 1 wheel. That way you will be able to differentiate yourself. You can even dress differently. That's already different. For example, this guy that skates dressed like the Joker. Now that we have done all this and we have our specific idea, it's time to put it into execution. Don't worry, this only gets easier from here. It's very simple once you have an idea to break it down into points. That is how we're gonna build a script. When we're creating the script, we're gonna follow a certain structure. Obviously, as you know already, any script has the hook, the body or content, and finally a close. What we're gonna do right here is we're gonna start with the thumbnail. How is your thumbnail going to be? Meaning, whatever you're gonna put in the title or the thumbnail is what we're gonna use to start the video. Given the skate example that we did before, we can go with something like this. I'm going to go to schools, events, or any crowded random place to do skate, and I'm going to do it dressed like a chicken. So for example, that for me is very, very funny and very, very engaging. So what did I do here? What I did is start the video with a promise. I promise you something. I promise you that I'm going to deliver what you saw in the thumbnail. That means that I'm gonna do what is this video for. So if this video is skating in weird costumes, well, I'm gonna skate obviously in weird costumes. I'm gonna buy a $5, $10, $20 costume, I'm gonna wear it, and I'm gonna do a skate on that costume. Now, let's say you don't do skating on weird costume. You have a gaming channel. Well, if you play Minecraft, for example, we can start with whatever thing epic they did. Doing the craziest parkour without falling, or winning the Hunger Games, or speedrun winning the game, or building a house in time record. So basically, just give me something. Give me the reason why people are gonna watch your video. If you don't have this, you will have to build it. The audience chooses a video because there is a reason behind it to watch it, not because I just did a Minecraft video, please watch it because, you know, it's just my video. That doesn't go like that. You will have to promise, most importantly, you will have to deliver. If you do promise and don't deliver, that's what's famously called clickbaiting. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna attempt to build a promise that first of all is trustworthy. I can't say, I'm gonna show you how to be 3 meters tall, because that's just insane and impossible. You can say something that I'm gonna show you how to be 15 centimeters taller. Well, okay, I'm interested in that. How are you gonna do that? Well, I actually have this method where I put this thing on the shoes, and then I improve the posture, and then we do just like some stretches, and then basically just like that, you reach out 15 centimeters. Well, that is an interesting video for somebody, whoever that wants to be taller. So as you can see, this works for any audience, any niche, in any language, in any place. Build a real promise and deliver it. Now, once you promised me something, I'm gonna be like, okay, that's attractive, that's interesting. But how can I trust that you're gonna do that? Well, that comes to my next point. In the hook, I'm gonna do something that is called validation. I'm gonna validate myself. What that means is I'm gonna prove that I can do it. Rather if it's that I just caught a piece of the part where I actually achieved what I'm saying that I'm gonna achieve, and then I include like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds at the beginning, or prove that you have done it before in the past, or that you're an expert at it, for example, as I just did with the YouTube flags in the beginning and the pictures in the screen. Or sometimes you don't even have to prove that you did that exact thing, but that you did something similar or something as crazy or as important as well. So for example, if I were to be an expert in architecture, and I tell you that I'm also an expert in math and physics, you'll probably believe me because one thing proves the others. Now, moving on the script, you will have to find a way to validate yourself. Just like this. Hey, my name is Benji, and for the past 4 years, I helped my client make 10 million subscribers. Well, just like that, I have proven myself. Now, proof is not gonna work without proof. So I will have to show you pictures just like this, showing you that in many channels, I made many hundreds of thousands of subscribers, so I can back up what I said and turn it into a fact. In your case, could be a video doing other skate trick, or showing me that you've done something crazy related to the niche you're in. Now, moving on with content, this is a very simple one, very simple one. All you will have to do is give me 3 things. I do not care what you do in your content. All you will have to do is the following. Just find continuity. Every point that you speak has to connect with the next one. I don't care about what you talk. I don't care in what order you talk it. It just has to connect with your next points. For example, I started with YouTube ideas. So now the next point of YouTube ideas is literally scripting. If you have the skating video wearing costumes, well, the first thing that you're going to do is literally go to the store with your skate and then buy a costume. What I'm expecting that you're going to do now is wear that costume and then go to public spaces. Now you might think, oh, you're going to be bored because you already know what I'm going to do. But it's quite the opposite. You see, it's funny how people think that when actually in reality what we think is like, oh, I know he's gonna wear the costume, and that costume he said that it was small and he's fat. I want to see how he fits on that costume. Your audience is gonna stay there to confirm if you're gonna do that thing they're expecting you to do, and if you do so, they want to see how does that go. So if you're gonna go to schools wearing a weird costume and doing skates, I will be very interested on how people react to that. Same thing happens with the Minecraft video. You're playing your Minecraft game, a lot of zombies are around, and they're very close to you. So if you have zombies and other monsters close to you, I know that there's going to be a fight, and that you probably might die. But I'm gonna stay there just to confirm if you actually die or survive and leave. So again, all you're gonna do is just place one point to the other. Just place bullet points. What are the steps? Number 1, buying the costume. Number 2, wearing the costume. Number 3, finding schools. Number 4, going to the schools. Number 5, perform skates in the weird costume in the schools in front of everybody. So those are steps until you close the video. And you will have to keep the continuity so people don't get lost and actually follow along. And that way you can keep your engagement until the end of the video, which is what the next point is about. You see what I did right there? The closing point. This one as well, very, very simple. Here, you can ask for likes, and subscribers. Do not ask for this at the beginning of the video for obvious reasons. And the next point is the actual important point. Never, ever, ever leave a video open. You will have to close it. That's how closing works. You see, if you're going to finish a video and people are still watching it, why would you waste that attention? They most likely like your video a lot because they had watched it until the end. The best feedback for you to know if somebody liked the video or not is not if they hit like or subscribe button. By the way, subscribe if you didn't, because I'm giving all this content for free. I think it's amazing, so subscribe. Now, getting back to the point. That is not feedback. Feedback is if they stay until the end of the video. If someone actually likes the video, they're going to stay until the end of the video. So those people just liked the entire video because they watched it fully. Also, they're thirsty for more. And all you do is saying goodbye and subscribe. That is such a waste. You can send all these people that finished the video into another video and find a good reason to do it. For example, back into the skating costumes, you can say something like, oh, I got in a fight with somebody for wearing a costume in a public space. If you want to see that, watch this video right here, and then you pop the video. You think that people are not going to click on that video? Of course they will, because they're happy with the video that they just watched, so they want to watch more. If you take the time and personally recommend them into another video that is actually connected to the video that they just watched, and it makes logical and emotional sense, they will most likely click that video. And that, my friend, right there is what's called average time season, which is the average time that someone stays on YouTube. You see, all the YouTube wants is more views, rather if it comes from you or if it doesn't. If you recommend to a friend's video, YouTube is probably going to recommend more your video because it's keeping people on the platform, rather if it's in your channel or if it's in somebody else's channel. So if you don't have more valuable content to recommend to your audience, you can just recommend it to somebody else. Our key point here is to keep people in YouTube. So they keep consuming, so your average time session goes up and up and up. If someone goes on YouTube and the first thing that they do is watch a video, and then from there on, they just hooked on videos and videos and videos and videos, YouTube is going to recommend that video a lot because that means that that video has a higher chance to keep new users, obviously of the day, in the platform. Therefore, you're going to get more recommended. So close that video with the recommendation of the other video. One of the things that I mostly recommend is record yourself doing this or this, so people can actually see visually where you're pointing at and then click in there. And that just takes me to my next point, recording. I know. You're gonna get tired of me doing this now that you know what I'm doing. But really, continuity is very, very important. Like that, we're gonna keep our audience watching every chapter of our video. Now getting back to recording. Come here. I know that you're afraid of the camera, but I'm here to tell you that there is a solution to that. Yes, there is a solution for you to talk to the camera just like I'm doing right now alone on my home. I literally feel nuts talking how I'm talking right now to a device, a piece of technology standing in front of me that has a lens that looks like an eye. But you will get used to it. For that, I have two main tips for you. Number one, have a friend in front of the camera. Okay, just literally have your friend, your mom, your grandma, like whoever, someone that is not going to judge you and admires you or likes you and is going to stand there watching you create your first video or your first videos. Because like that, you will lose fear to the camera. You're not technically talking to a camera, you're talking to your friend that is behind the camera. I know that this sounds super stupid, but it's one of the easiest ways to lose the fear of camera. To literally not feel that you're talking to a camera or a bunch of people like in a concert or a speaking. And talking about speaking here, speaking is a skill, as normal and as human as it is breathing or running. And yet some people still do not dominate these skills. I've seen people not being so good at breathing and being absolutely terrible at running. And just like that, speaking is also a skill and you are able to train it. You can train it. With practice, you can become better and better and better. Now, how do I get better if I'm scared to camera? Well, second point right here. Who knows that you're in front of camera? The actual fear of talking to camera is not talking to camera. It's what people are going to say afterwards. Is that we feel ashamed and shy because we think people are going to judge us for what we are and what we do and what we say. But that is very easy to combat. It's extremely easy. You just record videos and don't post them. Just record videos until you're good enough. Record videos until you feel more or less satisfied. You're never gonna feel completely satisfied. I still cringe when I watch my videos, and that is absolutely normal, and it will definitely happen to you. Like, do not try to run from it. It will happen to you. You will watch your videos and you will cringe. It is what it is. I'm sorry. That's just the name of the game. So if anyways you're gonna cringe, why not just do it once and again, until you become better at it? I'm pretty sure that when you were a baby and you learned how to run or how to walk, you weren't thinking, oh no, this is impossible. I can't do this. No, you assume that's possible. You just put the time and effort to do it. Some babies take years to walk. Some babies take days to start walking. That's just the beauty of nature. We are better at some things than other people, and we are naturally worse at some things than other people. So please, whenever you sit down in front of the camera, just assume that you're training for a skill that you were born to do, which is talking. Now, the better you get at it, the better you will express yourself, just like I'm doing, and the hands will start moving and your tone will start changing. And like that, suddenly one day you will be able to be even an actor, if you wanted to. And again, do not worry about any mistake that you do in front of camera. You know why? Because you can always fix it. How? Just by editing. You can cut things off, which again, that's my next point. So, editing, I can sit down here and explain you musicality, like how to put music in your videos. I can sit down right here and explain how you can improve the video with color grading. I can sit right here and explain you 150,000 goddamn tricks about how to edit a video, how to do these cool effects, animations, transitions, intros, outros, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, and for the sake of this video, which I don't want to be here like until goddamn tomorrow, is to just cut off what doesn't add to the video. Anything that doesn't add to your video has to be removed. Keep that rule on your brain. Whenever you sit down to editing, forget about the colors, forget about the transitions, forget about the cool effects, forget about all of that. Just focus on what are the things that will decrease your retention. What actually is just there for the sake of being there and is extremely boring and doesn't add to the video at all. Anything that you find like that, even if the video stops making a little bit of sense, just remove it and keep just the enough content that you need in order to make your story. Obviously, getting back to the custom skating video, we can't skip from this custom, from buying a custom till showing up in front of everybody with the costume already dressed and doing skateboarding. No, you actually gotta build the pace and create a process. Now, here's the thing. You might have been to one store and didn't find your costume. You went to another shop and didn't find your costume again. And then in the third shop, you found your costume. Well, all you gotta do is simple. If the first two stores that you went to don't really have an entertaining content or a reason to keep the audience in the video, just cut it off. Literally, cut it off. Just remove that part that it actually doesn't make any sense. As you can see, recording and editing are definitely very important, but are not as important as your idea and the script. The idea is the main thing in the game. The script is your way to deliver for that idea and to build that idea. But recording and editing is as easy as getting the job done. Now, this will work for 90% of you, but 10% of you have very weird niches. And I'm talking about very, very weird niches. For example, someone that tastes random food around the world. Well, that is just expensive and a lot of time consuming. You have to go to that country, pay for the flights, pay for the stands, go to the restaurant, and then eat that food, and then record that part of the video, and then travel again to another country, and then try a different food, and then, different time zones and all that. Now, for those people, I feel extremely sorry. But I'm pretty sure that if they do it, it's because they're having a lot of fun, and they have the money and time to put in this video. Now, if you're from the 90%, I congratulate you because you have an easy video to do. Way easier than traveling around testing food. So say thank you for not having to doing that. Bring down your unique idea, write your script, record, and just cut off what needs to be removed. Now, the last step of them all can absolutely leave you speechless, which is posting. Yes, posting. You see, 50% of your success in YouTube is literally sitting down and posting. Yes, posting. Not many people have posted a lot of videos. And I asked, how many videos have you posted? Maybe 3? 1? Even none? Like, actually be real to yourself. Having ideas is not posting a video. Writing scripts is not posting a video. Recording videos is not posting a video. You can have 20 videos recorded and have post none. Editing a video is not posting a video. Posting a video is posting a video. And then I see all day people with less skills, time, money, or any kind of resources having more success in YouTube just because they had the guts to actually post that video that they didn't really like about themselves, but that somebody out there found valuable. Sadly or happily, YouTube is a lot about consistency. If you post consistently, it has to be one day that one video of yours will hit the algorithm, get through it, and then gain a lot of views and subscribers. Now, for that to happen, you will have to post videos. I started posting videos 10 years ago. My first 4 to 5 videos had absolutely 0 views or 100 views literally from my friends and my grandma. Now, the 5th video made 181,000 views in a very short period of time. I think it was like around 3 months. That happened because I just kept posting and getting better at the game, getting better ideas, getting better scripts, getting better recording, getting better editing, and then posting. But if I would have just had the ideas and let them sit, or just script and then save it, or record but never edit it, or edit it but never post it, I'll never be able to do this video for you. I learned how to speak to camera back in the day when I was a gamer. And I thank God and the universe for that, because that allowed me to develop a skill that now makes me money, generates hundreds of thousands of subscribers for my clients, and allows me to now start creating videos like this that I'm doing right now. But I get it. You don't know exactly what to do, or you don't know where to start, with what video or how. Well, I'm gonna give you one of the best video ideas that works 99% of the time that I use it. It's just that in some cases, it just gives you 1,000 views, and in all the cases, it gives you 3 million views. If you want to know which idea is and how to take advantage of it, I'll leave you the idea right here for you to watch. If you like me or this channel, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.